Okay then guys, what is going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel for the first Descendant. Now as we get closer towards the beta access around the 20th of October, more information is slowly coming out. There is an article via Digital Trends which actually went through and questioned the producer and head of Magnum Studios to learn more about the vision behind the first Descendant ahead of its Steam beta next month. And there was a lot of stuff in there. The one thing I want to cover in this video though is the regards to the pay to win cycle. I know a lot of you guys are extremely concerned about how it is that microtransactions are going to be portrayed when it comes to the monetization options inside of the game, and this article genuinely does kind of open up to a bit more of a comfortable sitting, although is very vague, so does lead for a tiny bit of concern, although because of the way that this is answered it doesn't really open up to an exact routing of how this will go. So if you haven't already, make sure you're smashing that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's jump on in to the first Descendant. So Digital Trends asks a question: how are you approaching monetization for the first Descendant as a free-to-play game? Will you charge for specific characters, stages, or gear? And this is something which is really important, and I want to know what your guys' opinions of this question is down in the comments section below. What is it that you would expect the game to actually be able to sell as far as a monetization option when it comes to free-to-play cycle? But Lee Boom-jun actually stated that I believe that many players are curious and concerned about this since we have been running on the same track and direction since the beginning of development. We are surprised to see that after our game reveal, many players were concerned about the excessive pay-to-win aspects of Nexon's games. Ultimately, we aspire to not pursue excessive pay-to-win aspects. Note there it says excessive. I don't really understand the wording for that, and if that means that there is going to be pay to win, again let me know in the comment section how you read that. The monetization model will also not deviate significantly from games of the same genre. Paid products will indeed exist, but the characters, equipment, and stages that are needed for gameplay and progress in the game can be earned through gameplay. Now it does state it will not deviate significantly, so obviously there is going to be a slight deviation from the standard that we're used to when it comes to things like Destiny 2 or The Division or anything like that, which is primarily the cosmetics cycle of things, although with the DLCs inside of Destiny 2 we know that we have to pay for things like dungeons and stuff, and that is a little bit frustrating and something that I don't particularly agree with. But when we start looking at the motive for that, the characters, equipment, and stages of the gameplay are all obviously going to be in the main game cycle, which is absolutely huge, because it does state here that for the progress in the game it can be earned through gameplay. This doesn't state that they're not going to be selling this stuff, so we'll have to wait and see exactly how it works, although they do seem quite surprised on the basis that people are expecting a pay to win movement with this game. This for me would imply that there may not be any pay to win cycles, although maybe potential XP boosts or something along those lines, but no tokens to get into specific dungeons or anything like that, or any tokens to give you guys an excessive amount of loot, which would classify as a pay to win movement. And are you able to obviously move along the game and be able to pay your way through it? We'll have to wait and see, although from what I'm reading it is a little bit vague and a little bit hazy, but it's not looking like it's going to be the case. I think for me the pay to win cycle for these games was always going to be a worry with Nexon games that are relatively well known for their high pay to win movement inside of any game that they've really ever made, to be completely honest, and I'm hoping that the first Descendant is going to be the first to break that trend. Not only that, but the way that this game is looking could seem to be a trend breaker for the looter shooter genre as an overall. Let me know your guys' opinions on this and how you took the article. We'll leave the link down in the description if you guys want to go and read a little bit more into everything else, then you can do. There's some really juicy information in there that we may cover at a later date. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up, subscribe with post notifications turned on, and thank you so much again for watching. I appreciate all of your faces, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.